how fitting today that it turned out that that's what Bob's scripture turned out to be. This church, and I've said this many times, this church is probably the most amazing place that I've ever been around. And the family and the people that are a part of this church have made an impact on my life that is indescribable. And we've had so many giving people that have come and gone, and people that have made this family. And I do emphasize the word family because that's what this is. FCC isn't a church. It's just not. This is a place where my family comes and where we come for support. And not too long ago, a very special family came to this church. They were looking for something new. And the band at that time was in the midst of some change, and it was in the need of somebody to step up and help us out. And I come to meet this guy named Jared. And how I met Jared was that actually the weekend that I had to work and the weekend that Pastor Mark could not be here was actually the first weekend that Jared chose to play with the band, unbeknownst to any of us. So if you wonder what kind of person Jared is, Jared strapped up to his guitar that very first Sunday with none of us even knowing that he was coming to be a part of this band. And that's Jared. Jared is that type of guy to step up when is needed and to just do that. And that has made such a big impact on me. It's made such a big impact on this church. Jared, come up front here. For those of you that haven't officially met him, this is my brother Jared. And Jared and his family have become such a wonderful, wonderful part of our family. And Jared, as you all know, is serving. He's serving in the Air Guard. And his duties have been more or less kind of a part-time nature as far as the church went, so that Jared's been able to be a part of things. Well, Jared's getting ready to have to go on a long-term assignment that's going to take him away from FCC, quite possibly till the end of the year. And we are so much going to miss his presence up here. This guy has made from a musician standpoint, he brings something to the table that can only come from the heart. And that's a God-given talent that Jared has, and he shares that with us every single Sunday. And one of the hardest things when somebody disappears is that it's hard to communicate. And especially somebody in the military like Jared, it's very difficult to communicate with family, with loved ones, with friends. Just to make sure that Jared doesn't come back next September or December, whenever he comes back, and says to me, Steve, I'm sorry, but I just didn't have the means to communicate. I think that Jared was going to try and pull that on me. So, Jared, on behalf of your band members in Revelation, we would like to present you with a brand new iPad, which is going to allow you to do the FaceTime or whatever it is to stay in touch with all of us. Yes, we would like to see your face a time or two. And stay in touch with all of us. But as you all know, and somebody that I love very dearly, that made a big impact on my life, and you know something, Grandpa, I know you're looking down at me right now and you're saying, my grandpa always said, behind every good man is a good woman. And this was a great package deal for FCC because we not only got Jared, but we got Michelle. And in visiting with the ladies in the groups and everything within this church, Michelle has made it. Michelle, come on up here. I don't want you to stay hidden back there.
Okay, bring the kid up too.
And yes, come on up here, little boy. Come on up here. We gotta get the family up here. Michelle and Jared took a very active role in our church right out the gate, which is something not a lot of people do. And they wanted to be a part of it, and they made themselves available to us in serving the Lord. And it's very, very touching when a family like this does something. And I know that we've all been touched by this family. So just to make sure that there was no problems with communication, because Jared is going to go on assignment, Michelle is going to stay behind. And I've informed both of them, given them numbers and emails, that this is their family, and we will all constantly be here for this family. But to make sure that these two still have the communication, Michelle, on behalf of FCC, we want you to have a new iPad as well, so that you guys can do your FaceTime, your iPad. There's nothing harder than being away from family. We all know that. We all know that. And this is just another example of this church stepping up and showing just what the Lord has done in this building to give to these guys that have given to us. So Jared's going out there to fight for our freedom. And we have vets in here. We have many people in this church that have come and gone that are a big part of that. And that's a very important part to me, and I know it's a very important part to all of us, what Jared is giving. We just want to make sure that his family can still maintain as best a communication during this difficult time as we can. And I've told them both that we are just a phone call away. They are a very big part of this family. So on behalf of FCC, you guys, thank you so much for everything that you brought here. You always have a home here. I'm keeping your place up on stage. Jared's taking his guitar to stay polished up, and I'm going to send him the set list every month just so he can stay up on it. But
he told me I had to.
It wasn't really a choice. It was, but it wasn't. But I'm looking forward to all of us getting Jared back safely from this. Please keep this family in your prayers. They are wonderful, wonderful people, and I love them both to death. And God will get Jared safely back to us and reunite this family again. And in the meantime, just put our hands together for Jared and Michelle and what they've done.